Wait on this invite, fellas. On this invite. Everybody be terrified to stream, bro. Shit crazy. In every game. Come watch me lose, bro. Guess I'll send it. I really don't want to though. I want to scout his team. See if anybody's if he's gotten any new abilities and shit. So rocking out with Mason Rudolph. Good to know. 84 short, 8 mid, 80 deep. He's gonna shade underneath all game. 84 speed. This dude's underutilized, bro. Oh shit. I mean, mine is too, but nigga nice. 92 juke, 95 agility. Juju. Marcus Vanover. Damn, bro, dude only has 63 spec. Oh, 63 spec catch. He's not using his second tight end at all, I don't think. I've never noticed this guy on the field. Lamar Harper. Pretty decent tight end. Speed-wise, anyway. Oh, never mind. 64 spec catch. 65 catching traffic. That's tough. Like, they be doing these Madden-generated tight ends so dirty, bro. Like, they be so unusable. Legit. I guess he's not sending it. I don't know. He said he was loading up. Send it while I show the world what your team look like, boy. There it is. There's the invite. Got it. Alright. So we got X Factors of Juju, Bud Dupree. Is X Factor now? What the fuck? JJ Watt, or TJ Watt, DJ Reed. Oh, he doesn't have a good ability though. So yeah, that's new. DJ Reed and Bud Dupree being X Factor is new from the last time we played. Let's see how this goes though, man. Lost to him last time. It was unfortunate. We'll rock the all white joints. The all-white unis, paying homage to the back in the day Ravens versus Steelers battles. Ray Lewis, Terrell Suggs days, Ed Reed. I don't think we started wearing the black pants until 2011, 2012-ish, maybe. Don't quote me though. Juju has 721 yards. You hate to see it. What's good, man? Welcome to the stream, bro. Thanks for coming through, man.
We are just across the Allegheny River from downtown Pittsburgh at rain-soaked Heinz Field in the Steel City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Baltimore Ravens and the Pittsburgh Steelers. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Put that there. That there. That there. Gonna come out and too wide though. Get this set up. Go back, wing tight use. That's what I'm gonna blitz it. Coverage flip. Oh, safety flip. Safety flip. Safety flip. There we go.
Come on, set. 8, read. 22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber.
SOS.
Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
There. We got Vaughn on one side. Michael Pierce is 92 overall. Got a 93 finesse move guy at the 3 tech, and then another superstar on the outside. Shouldn't be able to pass on that fucking formation, bro. I guess I'll show y'all my X factors and stuff, by the way, while we're here. Lamar, Hollywood, Vaughn, Earl Thomas. X factors: Zach Martin, Woozier, Tucker, Burnett, Ferguson, and superstars. That's the little last. What's that? That's his DCP at.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Bring it! 61, matchbox lights. Deep dribble.
Rudolph looking to throw it.
Ooh-wee.
And his throw is incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended.
Bro, what the fuck? Keep pausing, brother. With the Primies. Anybody injured? Nope. No injuries. Is a team. Clean bill of health.
Receiver that time. And it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 7.
On doubles, halfback week. Cover 2 match.
Set! To the flat! 49 to Mike. Let's go, D. Big series right here. We gotta step it up. Squeeze!
Throwing, Hundley. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Von Miller drops him for a loss of 14 yards, and it also brings up 4th down. On 4th down, here comes the Steeler punter Jordan Berry to kick it away. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line.
At their own 44-yard line.
Change that. Change that. Change that. The levels wise sail.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 44.
Nice man blitz.
Jackson from the shotgun. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews.
Big
play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards.
I can hear the film session right now. I can hear the coach saying to his team, guys, how does a guy that big get that open?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Imagine him as a kid, just trying to play hide and seek.
No chance.
No chance. He goes to hide behind the skinny tree. You see the front, the back, the top. Good luck.
Yeah, you see him. You don't see the tree.
Jackson on first down. And that is incomplete. Amari Cooper, the intended target. But it's going to be second down.
If he was in match coverage, how did he come down to that route?
Efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined. But sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
22-yard line.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
Single high look.
Right there. 54. Right there. 54.
Single high look. Got it.
To throw again. Jackson looking for the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Amari Cooper, his intended receiver, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
They had a good chance to get the first points of the game on the board, but what a great job defensively, getting a hand in there and knocking it away and preventing that first touchdown.
He's going to follow Hollywood. He's going to be open as fuck.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since.
DB, it is. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's Jordan. Block in. Slide right to Jet.
And Jackson throwing once more. And this is caught.
Oh, I should have been able to get in there, bro.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4.
Orders.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Zone. On the power here.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Got a man. It's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games, and another good start to this one out to the 6-0 lead.
Yeah, I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you, along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
It's online CFM, bro. Online CFM. I believe the Steelers are 6-5. I'm 7-4. I'm going to come out and try to do this shit again, bro. Stop it.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes blitz coming, and down he goes. Von Miller in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks.
What? Let's do this. Elliott there. Net there. Humper there. Thomas there.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
That's what I do. Check 52. Hey, check 24. Check 24.
What team you usually play with?
Now Hundler. And he's going to go down again.
Literally my only league I play right now, so I literally only play with the Ravens.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
forward there.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Punch quad.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Overload. Overload.
Instead, they go empty backfield. Oh. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown.
Ain't nobody else in there
play by the defense, not only to force the
it.
fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
House better.
Going after through the raindrops,
We'll
up and good.
And
it's now 14-0. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
30-21. Knew you wasn't going to throw
no
quick.
Return on this one is the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Either 7-6 or you're trying to get a guy free with the overload blitz type of deal.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Check nickel, nickel, nickel. He's checking. Crash.
Back to throw. Ball going deep here for Taylor. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's 2nd down. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Check pass. Shift. Check it backer.
2nd and 10. Oh, he's able to out-muscle him here as he pulls it in. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens 33.
Earl Thomas
we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones.
That shit be crazy, bro. What is he giving people stuff like that? Like, come on.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They go back a bunch.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
I got you. Shoot. Spot. No.
And they try to sweep to Jones. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
49's the mic. Watch the curl.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And it'll be intercepted. Snags it for the pick.
Let's go, Burnett.
Turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Let's go, Burnett.
No doubt, a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with a give to Foreman. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here.
Right.
And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Put together a drive, man. 3 yards here. Line spread linebackers. Blitzing.
From the gun, it's Jackson. He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper.
That's a fumble.
And a loose football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And he will bring it back to about the 11-yard line.
Run that shit back, Obi.
And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. They've got to find that good balance, carrying it firmly, yet at the same time under control.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one good for 13 and a Raven 1st down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Now Jackson looking for Cooper. That's complete. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up 1st downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jackson. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10. Down at the 33. From the gun, Jackson.
48,
down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Bud Dupree, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
He beat the shit out Ronnie Stanley, bro. That's terrible.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Switch it. Come on, switch it. Check out.
Double him.
Check 37.
Right.
Jackson. And this is going to wind up incomplete.
That's that 90-speed linebacker.
The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. They're going for a receiver there. Already has one touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
That's big. Protect. The opposite.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's 4th down.
That's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
It would be a very makeable field goal try from here, but instead they're going to go for it.
Full bear. It's Bucko. You know what time it is, right? You know what time it is, right? He out there. To the pockets!
He's got the first down inside the 10. And down to the 7-yard line. It's 1st and goal after they rip off a solid chunk of yardage in the ground game on a risky 4th down call. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. To throw again is Jackson. And this is caught. Touchdown.
Come here, boy.
Baltimore. Amari Cooper. His 14th touchdown now on the year as the Ravens push further out in front. Tucker with the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Perfect timing on that slant.
And a fair catch signal for
and
taken successfully.
Go back to the left side, but I form close.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll set up to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
One bunch, 3rd and 19.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd.
53 is the mic. 53 is the mic. Watch the slant.
Looking to throw. And the throw is going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this?
And now look at
I
this.
hate that shit, bro. That's so annoying, man. I clearly want to slide, not die.
The 38-yard line.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys have to touch the ball and carry it. They're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
The Steelers on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10. Back to throw here. Well, it's
come on, man. Like, that's the 2nd time. You're just letting them moss my freaking DBs, bro.
They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
Like,
he's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
Why is that a completion?
There, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
So stupid.
1st and goal at the 3-yard
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll try to run it in with Jones. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that'll make it 2nd and goal.
You're going to stay in the trip, too. Gotcha.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Dallas Goedert, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half.
Yeah, that's getting.
That seemed like a much-needed touchdown after 21 unanswered points to start the game.
It's not often that you equate a football game to a golf tournament, but it's like you don't want to shoot yourself out of the tournament too early. So they needed that touchdown to make sure that they got an opportunity to not just get back into this game, but a chance to win it later if they continue to play well.
And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
Let's get a first down before the 2-minute warning. That'd be great.
Ready? Let's put them on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus.
On second down, it's Hill. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down.
At the ball, bro.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
They literally screwed over clock management, bro.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
On third down, here's Hill. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the third down play. Now Jackson on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bud Dupree make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Now it's Jackson. They set up the screen to Hill. Oh, he's got some breathing room.
Oh, the same play 4 times in a row. That's funny.
All the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Justice Hill, 77 yards. As the Ravens push further.
Now that I know exactly what it looks like, I know exactly how to attack it.
Those late in the half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion.
Zach Martin
he
with
said
that
those
blow-up
could
block,
be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful.
Fuck up and throw me a pick.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
On course, huh? Waiting on this stretch, brother.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also
nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
What's going to happen, brother?
Von Miller getting him once again his third sack of the afternoon.
I'm starting to wonder if this offensive line just simply doesn't like him. I mean, they've given up 6 sacks in this game. He's had nowhere to go, nowhere to run, and obviously nowhere to hide.
And all those sacks in the first half, this is just complete domination. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts. As they'll stop with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. They'll drop the throw. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds.
Ain't over there, hallelujah.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
Yeah, that's just funny as hell. Wham!
So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out.
No, sir.
And his kick here is good.
We got a second to run this back.
So how about the turn of events there at the end of the half?
This is one where you go charging into your locker room having collected 3 points you didn't expect to get. And you look across the field and you see guys kind of pointing fingers at each other like, dude,
put it back, put it back, put it back.
And make us give up.
Oh, a miscommunication on the lateral. The ball's out. And he will be able to recover this himself to prevent a wacky ending here. But that will be how this first half comes to an end.
All right, man,
so we reach halftime here with the visiting Ravens out in front. As we head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, this is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. On second down, it's Hill, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Set, ready. Check. Walk 54. Let's go.
Third and 2, here's Jackson. It's caught. Cooper. 2 yards.
They really only give me 1 yard on that. They really only going to give me 1 yard on that,
whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half.
Are you serious?
It's been a struggle all game for them on offense. This was a chance to maybe provide a little bit of a spark with a punt return. Unfortunately, that spark got doused.
Yeah, and you call special teams the third phase, but you see here it can be the first phase sometimes.
That is so true, right? It can ignite it one way or the other, and boy, that didn't help them at all.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. He'll have a first down past the 40 and all the way down to the 41-yard line. 31 yards there and a first down. Thought they were going to have him down a lot earlier, but he was able to shed that tackle.
It shows the value of the weight room, doesn't it? Shows the value of the attitude when you run the football. Don't go down easily. Break a few tackles. Gain some additional yardage.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Throwing, Hundley. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Are you kidding me? Fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love the blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
It's amazing, bro.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Quit talking about it and bring it. Under 10, under 10, 10. Out, 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 out.
They'll look to throw here. Oh, he's going to go for it all. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up in that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Really trying it.
And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And the score will stay right where it is. You know that they were thinking second-half comeback here. That's a big miss if they want to have a chance at that comeback.
A very big miss because time is becoming a real factor now, and they're 3 scores down.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. To throw is Jackson. That is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Mike by 5, Mike 55, Mike by 5.
Hey, check right. Watch 55.
Mike 55. 55.
Jackson from the shotgun. They complete it to Hill. They get 9 yards there, and they get a first down.
There are a lot of tough routes to try and cover. When you see a runner come out of the backfield and run this angle route, looks like they're going to the flat, and then they put their foot in the ground and cut back sharply inside. Not easily covered, and then when they catch it, good momentum built up by them as well.
And able to pick up the first. Jackson now nearing the 300-yard mark with still a quarter to play. It's 1st and 10. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Intended that time for Cooper, and that'll bring up 2nd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watched that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
On 2nd down now, it's Hill. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down.
54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54.
You gonna see me in your nightmare, son. You gonna see me in your nightmare. Watch out. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Hey, tight down.
Yeah. Watch twist. Watch
From the gun, Jackson. On the move to his left. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a first down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big-time play.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
On first down, Foreman. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the third.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Second and 5 now. Jackson got a man for a Ravens touchdown. Amari Cooper with touchdown number 15 on the year and second of the game as the Ravens push further out in front. Tucker with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard.
Oh, Lord, here comes another quarterback. Oh, since he paused, let's take a look at stats for the game. 153.4 QBR, no picks for me, thank you. For 37. 2 fumbles, though. Fucking trash. 7 for 59. Brown has 2 catches. I have to force feed him the ball for at least 3 catches in the rest of this game, bro. Legit. He needs at least 5 or 6 catches. He'll have a fucking scenario where he's like, oh, I'm so frustrated, man. Like, I need the ball now.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they've got to be a little bit frustrated about that last drive. Missed field goal.
Always hurts a team because, you put something out there, you're giving yourself a chance, you're in range, and the ball doesn't go through the post. But it's not something to panic about, I don't believe. Just keep playing and keep going.
Hundley now, just 7 of 15 so far, but he's got a 1st and 10. Now Hundley. He's going to air one out. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the... And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. Then they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
10 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd down.
That 9 yards.
Because we saw them working on it in practice this week, And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction, and when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches.
Check, 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 check. Rotate, spell.
They'll run it out of the gun.
What's up with that, bro? Like, how do you let them go and block?
He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we play.
This is what I mean about late game when Muppet will just be like stacking the line.
After this, you're watching the
NFL
on EA Sports. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Here's Jackson to throw. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. That's good for 28 yards. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run.
Why you want to keep listening, bro?
They come out here in the eye. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Mark Andrews with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
Let's go.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Switch up.
From the 30 on 2nd down. Hundley under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 14.
Kill.
They'll look to throw. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Fortunately, we're just going to go ahead and guarantee those jet touch passes. Don't need another frustrating scenario for this guy, bro.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones, and it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it #1 for what we've seen this season.
No gain on the play there. Second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
Look at this shit. He keeps trying to do this little and with bullshit.
From the gun, it's Jackson. This will be caught by Brown. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Man, look at this little shit he got going on here, man.
Play action. It's Jackson. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Play action. Now Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bud Dupree has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Yeah, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Come to wild work.
Jackson now. Throwing on 3rd and long. He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
And the ball back to go to strong close now.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now. All the work he's getting.
Another pass attempt, another incompletion. You figure defensively, you're in the fourth quarter here. You've held the team under 100 yards passing. You've done your job.
Especially in today's NFL, which is truly a pass-first league.
Motherfucker broke the sack from Von Miller, bro. Come on now, man.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Come on, QB, come on. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship. Echo.
2nd and 10. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver. But now it'll be 3rd down.
I think this one offensively, this is one where you just say, let's move on. Let's not even watch the game tapes from this one.
Yeah, you might just want to throw it in the trash, act like it was never there in the first place.
Yeah, just say we're good. I actually have heard of a coach in the past who took his team out to the practice field and ceremonially buried the game film from the prior game when they got clobbered. That was his way of putting it behind him.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Get that quarterback, D-line. Get that. D-line, get that quarterback.
Watch it.
He'll look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. Johnson was the intended receiver. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season.
Here
we are in December, right? It is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Here we go. Right there. 54, right there. 54, Mike. I'm going to come back to you. Hey! Mike's 5'4", Mike's 5'4". I hope you brought your left signal.
After the interception, here's Jackson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
Right.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. He'll let this go for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Tease Tabor. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against them. That's been difficult for them all game long.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Back to throw. That's complete to Taywan Taylor.
Anybody else saw that, bro? Anybody else saw that? The DB literally stood still.
A measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
And Charles, I had an offensive coordinator tell me one time that they design every play to score. I don't know how true that is, but he had to run a long way after that catch. Heck of a play.
I think that when he was telling you that, he was designing run after catch in every play. I mean, that's the only way to put it in there, and that's what we got on that one. Nice catch, an even better run for big yardage.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. The outcome of this one, well, we know who's going to win it. It's just all window dressing at this point. Got me thinking, what's the biggest blowout that you've been a part of as a player, broadcaster?
No, I'm not going to.
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. The throw here to Andrews, the tight end. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A gain there of 21 yards. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
No flag.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Cooper again the target, and now it's 3rd down.
I know the initial focus was on how far that pass was downfield, but how about the coverage on the play? Able to stay with him, get his hands where the receiver's hands were going to try and catch the ball, tips it up in the air, and knocks it away.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Jim.
Jackson will throw again. And an alley to run. Jackson hit and lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. It gained really good yardage, but that's what you tell your quarterbacks, right? Get down after you got the run.
You don't have to prove your toughness. You know, I think that's what a lot of coaches are trying to preach to their guys. Get the yardage, get down, protect the football, and protect yourself from extra hits as well.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Chance.
Mike, 53, Mike.
You don't know no better.
53 is the Mike. 53 is the Mike. Exit.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Von Miller. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
53, check 53.
After the sack on 1st down, Hundley. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Von Miller, my goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really turning in an incredible performance. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Now back to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
He went to block one that time.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Ravens, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-4, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, they fall to 6-6 now on the campaign, and they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Foxborough to face off against the New